dead, Jim. She's dead, Jim. He's dead, Jim. Up your shaft. Up your shaft. Up.
I was having too much fun. Hello, welcome to another episode of Trek in the Valley. We're the non-encyclopedic Star Trek podcast. We watch Star Trek and talk about it. I'm Adam Ordall Quinnell here in the SFV, as always, with my co-host.
Hey everybody, it's Al Hirt. What's up?
Mr. Al Hirt. What is up indeed? I tell you what, I'm Al Hirt today, man. My fucking back has been fucked up for months. I need Dr. McCoy. I need Dr. Bones McCoy.
Yeah.
To zap my back. I'd rather Beverly Crusher help me because she seems like a more modern doctor. I feel like I agree with Spock that McCoy he does a lot of fucking potions and shit. Or what does he say? He calls
takes
them
a lot of chances.
He calls them. Spock's got a thing he calls them. But anyway, so we're just gonna dig right in to the first segment of the week, which is of course, what does Al remember? What do you remember from last week's episode, Al? Start with the title if you can.
Let's see. It's plant. No, I don't plant man.
You got close. There are plant men involved, but not in the title. It's, let's say, okay, so we can do like charades, but with our words.
Okay.
So what was a film that Mark Wahlberg was in?
The Happening?
No, during the pandemic. It was on Paramount Plus. Nobody saw it.
No way.
Infinite.
Infinite what? Oh, the Infinite Man?
The Infinite Vulcan.
Gosh, that's right. Because
so
it was they go to some planet and it was full of plant people, but then they find out that these plant people died from some disease, and turns out there was a bunch of rocket ships or something, and then they kidnapped Spock, and this big guy is trying to make
He's a
Spock,
big guy. He was a big guy. He was
really
a big
giant.
guy. He was a big guy.
And he was trying to make a super race of Spocks, or a bunch of Spocks, giant Spocks, to take over the world.
You're doing such a good job.
Oh, and then they were like, oh, by the way, these plant people, they all died. And the big guy was like, oh, yeah, it was some disease I had. I don't know. Just something I had that I was immune to that they all caught. And then the Enterprise crew was like, but hey, we wanted to save your guys' lives, right? The plant people. And all of them were like, no, we were going to take over the worlds too anyways.
Yeah. Something
force some genocide.
Yeah, good. I mean, bad, but good memory. Key thing to point out, one thing that you missed is that the big guy, the clone guy, the clone master.
Yes.
The very tall, I can't remember his fucking name.
He was small at first, though.
Yeah, he was a regular sized man because he was from the eugenics wars.
Yes.
So, which now, again, I always feel compelled.
Oh, that's right.
I always feel compelled to remind people that right now we're talking about Star Trek, the animated series. So this Infinite Vulcan, if you're coming to this for the first time, welcome, but you got to listen to some old episodes.
Yeah.
So this is Star Trek, the animated series, which was on Saturday mornings in 1973. And it's fucking bananas that one of the plot lines is like, oh yeah, this eugenicist from the eugenics wars is on the planet.
Oh, do you know
and then so he builds a clone of himself to live forever.
It's like a Horcrux type of deal.
and he's looking for the perfect specimen.
Or that robot dude in Invincible. Or no, wait, the clones in Invincible, the Mahler brothers.
Right.
And they just like keep cloning each other. And
basically,
they live forever.
But he was like, well, just it can't be good to just be a regular sized man that lives forever. Mm-hmm. You have to be a 50-foot man from the eugenics wars.
Yeah, and actually it gets down to the funny logic too, where Kirk is like, Spock, appeal to your logic. What is the point of this other than make you a large 50-foot tall Vulcan?
What's the point of a big
Spock's
Spock?
like, yeah, and it doesn't really work. Oh, and then the resolution's great too, because it's instead of eliminating them and I guess, I don't know, getting them in trouble with the Federation. They were just like, you could just do your research here and do big, massive science stuff here. And send us your research and your works. And they're like, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so when you think about it, there's a big Spock and a big former racist eugenicist guy living on some planet somewhere. And this guy's whole deal was he was going to create a race of Supermen to take over, to be peacekeepers around the galaxy. We know how that fucking turns out.
Enforce the peace.
But whose peace would you enforce, billionaires? and so then he's got these plant people that he saved from his own disease, right? And he's like, and they were already going to do that. You kind of mentioned that, these plant guys, they were already gonna be Nazis.
Yeah, they were going to enforce their own peace amongst the planets as well.
So they're like, it was a happy coincidence when we found out.
Oh, that wasn't that dude's spaceships. Those are our spaceships.
Those are our Nazi spaceships.
Yeah.
And
they're just out of commission because there's only 4 of us now.
And you did a good job wrapping it up. How do they end it? They go, well, Big Spock, you're going to stay here with the Nazi, and y'all are going to put your brains together for good. So there's another Spock consciousness out there being 50 feet tall.
Oh, yeah.
Right now in the realm of Star Trek the movies. So like when the original cast movie, I don't know if these are canon. I'm not going to look it up because I'm not a fucking dork.
No, I mean the yesteryears felt pretty serious.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're considered canon for that timeline. I don't think the animated series but then you see like the people who are Eric's, the guy with the arm coming out of his chest. You see them all over the place in Lower Decks.
True.
So and Brittany, my wife, says that I'm married. She says that there's plot lines from the animated series in her little Star Trek idle game that she plays, her Lower Decks idle game.
There you go.
Yeah, pretty cool. But so that was the Infinite Vulcan.
Okay,
that was last week.
That's right. That was last week's. And this week's.
And this week, I don't have a theme yet for the meat of the show, so just like
Fascinating.
We're going to talk about this week's episode is the Magicks of Megas-tu. Now, that's not Megas-tu like dose.
Right, it's
TU. Megas-tu.
Sounds like an album.
And this it does. The Magicks of Megas-tu by The Sword or by Bong Ripper.
Yeah, right.
And so the Magicks of Megas-tu.
Soul Crusher.
Yes, this episode, that also sounds like Soul Calibur, kind of. And so this episode aired originally on October 27th, 1973. My God, we can't even calculate how many years ago that was, and nor will I.
Wait, 52. I got it.
52 years ago.
Got the calculator.
Holy shit.
Damn.
And so I'm 42. It feels fucking crazy that this episode is only 10 years older than I am. But I guess I am kind of an old bastard. So the synopsis from Paramount.
It tracks with the timeline, though, with the He-Man.
Yes, it does. I love Filmation. And so the synopsis from Paramount Plus is, at the center of the galaxy, the Enterprise discovers a race of powerful aliens. They're always finding powerful aliens in the Enterprise. They rarely find... Well, sometimes they find like a weak-ass lame alien, but it's usually being pursued by a powerful alien. At least in my experience with the franchise. And so the
Wasn't there one where... Oh, there was two... It was 2 people fighting each other. I was remembering the episode where the Enterprise was flying around...
Zooming around out
zipping around out there. And there was some ship that was like camouflaged or stolen, and it like crashed into the Enterprise. But then as it crashed into the shields, he like teleported himself into the Enterprise, and he's like, I'm trying to dip.
Yeah.
Watch out. You cover for me. And then this other ship came by and was like, hey, have you seen some asshole with like half a black face and half a white face?
The tuxedo cookie guys.
The tuxedo guys. And they're like, you, what is it? It was like, you single, skinned people don't understand.
No,
this.
it's you white, you
What is it? Monotone.
Monotoned.
Yes, you monotone people don't understand.
And you know what?
This
He's right.
is a duotoned issue.
He's right, though. Like I didn't understand.
Yeah,
I was like,
we
you
definitely
guys
didn't get it.
You both look the same. You both look like freaky fucking weirdos to me, bro. Like to us, I hate to break it to you, but you're the fucking other, bro. Like both of you freaks,
Man,
creepos.
that episode really. Those cookies are good.
Yeah,
it's half and half.
Yes, I love them. They're called black and white cookies.
Black and whites. Yes.
Well, I think they just call them black and white cookies.
Yeah, that's
I don't
right.
think they call them blacks and whites. Is that
Can
what
I have
you
a
said?
box of black and whites?
Can I have a box of blacks and whites? Excuse me, get the fuck out of my store. What did you say? Get the fuck out of my fucking store, dude.
Damn.
But yeah, so the Enterprise, this is interesting.
Yes.
Now, the Enterprise, they are zipping around out there. They're on a mission. Have you heard of this theory, Al? It's big in outer space science circles. The Big Bang.
Yeah, this is wild.
Again, this is a show for children.
Yeah, we gotta have a poll.
And the premise of this episode is, so the Big Bang happened at the center of the galaxy, and everything's expanded out from there. So what the Enterprise, the Federation scientists that have tasked the Enterprise with this mission are proposing, they're saying, hey, what if there's still new matter being generated that's coming out? Like, what if it's infinite, like a 50-foot Vulcan? And so they send the Enterprise into this area that, the best I can describe it at the center of the universe is like noxious looking gas clouds and fireworks. They love those fireworks.
Yeah, they do.
And
they got a cool shot of we got an angle of the Enterprise kind of tilting to the left,
Yeah.
The nice expensive shot, and into the foam, or the mist of the ocean, or I mean not the ocean, the mist of the space.
The galaxy.
Space mist.
Yeah, space mist. They're going to the center of the galaxy. It looks like orange. It's like orange mist, little pink, little pink. And Kirk is like, it's awesome that we may actually witness creation. And Spock's like, yeah, Captain, but if we do, we're also going to see some fucked up shit beyond our understanding. And he's like, yeah, well, yellow alert. Here we go.
Yeah, I was about to say, did they even do an alert? Yeah, they do a yellow alert. But it's so freaky that just seeing the beginning of another universe, or beginning of something getting created. Feels like the electrons, are popping in the air. The atoms are clashing against each other.
Yeah, and the ship is like right there with the same explosion effects we've seen in many episodes. The episode where the Romulans chase them through the thing. Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
that's a new one.
shots.
Then
Cool.
there's like the Enterprise. They just threw everything at it. You got the Enterprise. You got the fireworks explosions. You got the orange background. And then they just added these big waves, like these big massive lines, like hard edge too, not like the smoke at all.
It's literally time and space being bent, and just squished and manipulated.
It reminds me of on Futurama when they go back and they're like, we're seeing crazy stuff like we've never seen before. And so there's antimatter energy, and they're getting pulled into the center of the universe at warp 8, now 9. And we know warp 10 is very fast.
Yeah, and Kirk just simply states, emergency reverse power, and they just do a hard whiplash, and everybody on the crew just falls.
They definitely... I like how they preserved the shaky camera, people falling over for the animated series. That's not something we lost in translation to cartoons. So they basically say, hey, Spock goes, we got to just hope that, like the weather phenomenon, there's a calm at the eye of this storm.
Yeah, he's like, we just gotta power through it. Spock's like, power through it? What the fuck does that mean?
We are in the middle of a timocane.
Yeah, basically, it's like
it's a
vortex. It's giving, though, a black hole when you enter the event horizon. There's no turning back.
There's also some very off-model Kirk drawings that are like, oh, did the alternate reality make it look like the animators didn't get paid that week? And so they're going to basically just ride this space thing through wherever. And Bones is like, where are we riding it through? And Spock is saying, through the center of everything. And then what happens?
They just suddenly disappear, and it's this weird, little Doctor Who spiral effect. And it's kind of reminiscent of, I don't know if you've seen the Interstellar 555. They go in between galaxies with this portal. And then, while they're in between, there's this orange background, and it's just a tunnel that they go through, sort of.
Nah, the
and
only
they pop up at the other side.
The only Interstellar I've seen is the Christopher Nolan one, where it's about a guy who's behind a bookcase.
Oh yes,
where it's the whole movie is they travel through time and space to get behind the bookcase in his house.
To push a book
that's
over.
how I walked out of that movie with my friends, and I looked at my buddy Peter, and I was like, I think that movie was just about a guy who travels through all of time and space and ends up behind a bookcase in his house. Jesus Christ, Christopher. And it's fine. It's fine. I've watched it since, and I definitely like it more now.
Great. Yeah.
I hated it when I first saw it because I was like, just go behind the bookcase. Dude, why did you go through time and space? It's right there. It's almost like I didn't understand it. I'm just kidding. I understand Interstellar. I understand time dilation, motherfucker. All right. I've seen other science fiction stuff.
Let's see here. They're going through the center of everything, though. Speaking of Interstellar, Spock was just we're just going to have to write it out and see what the hell happens.
Yep. And then they disappear.
They show up on the other side of God knows what. It feels like just another place, another universe. And they thought the ship, the Enterprise, starts breaking apart.
But then it doesn't.
Dying. Oh, God. And then we got the funny line from Bones when he's like, Jim, life support failing. We're dying.
Oh, they have really?
Yeah, I think that
missed
happens here. No. It starts right now.
Oh, okay, yeah. So basically, they're saying that even the chronometers have stopped.
Yes.
So that's right, because then they get. So then they're crushed by this other universe. Basically, all the natural laws that usually govern the science of the Enterprise are turned on their head.
Yeah,
life support's fading.
Inverse.
Even the chronometers have stopped. Sulu, all systems are dead, and I'm taking a nap. Gosh. And then, oh my God, what happens?
Some random half Minotaur, half human looking guy. It is giving Who Mourns for Adonis energy.
Well, yeah, because he looks like a satyr.
Yes, a satyr. That's
satyr.
what it is.
Yeah, but
it's funny how he's animated because his biceps.
Look how ripped he is.
His biceps. He's jacked, but his pecs and his ribs. They're split
separate
from his abs.
Dude, that's so funny that you noticed that.
Out of my eyes.
So it's definitely he's put together
pieces.
Like an action figure.
Yeah,
and it's bonkers. His arms are the same way.
It's just the ribs are too sharp, So it's it doesn't feel like it's blending into one torso.
Yeah, and I feel like we haven't exactly explained it. So this guy appears on the view screen, and then he's on the bridge, and he basically he's a goat-legged satyr with little horns. And and then he says, "Don't worry, humans. I like humans. Humans are great. I can help you, friends.
Everything is working, my friends."
And then, of course, Spock is like, it's not working. It's logical. And he goes, "Whose logic, my elfin friend?" They always say Spock looks like a fucking elf.
I mean, that's the only frame of reference, too. Oh, yes. And then on top of that, though, as soon as the satyr raises his arms, too, it immediately does the upper torso in a lighter shade compared to his abs. And it, immediately just drags your eyes right to his abs. I was like, what's going on here?
The animation on his body is fucking bonkers.
But it's funny, though, because maybe it's that's probably an alien take.
He's holding himself together.
That's not a actual... what a human's supposed to look like. I was thinking about that too. I was like, maybe they're just writing off the sloppy animation is like, oh, he is an alien. Technically, he's trying to look like a human. Who knows?
Look how short
But,
his little
he's a
arms look when he
satyr.
puts his hands up.
Yeah,
His
exactly.
face is a different color than his upper
proportions
torso.
off.
Portions off. I love it. And he says, I knew humans would come searching for me eventually. And he calls himself Lucian. And I was like, oh, so this is Lucifer immediately? It's fucking Lucifer. And then he thinks that they've come to rollick with him. And then he transports them, the main bridge crew.
Yeah, this is like a speed run of the flower, the flower planet that made everybody trip out.
Yeah.
And made Bones get the mint julep.
Yeah.
This satyr's like, all right, let's party and rage. And they're like, what do you mean? What are we doing here?
Oh, and this is great. So they go down the planet, because there is a planet at the heart of all this. It looks like a peeled fucking watermelon. You ever seen a peeled watermelon where they peel the rind down? So it's just like it looks exactly like a peeled watermelon. And Lucian beams them down to the surface, and they're like all misty and coming apart, and they're like all freaked out and weird. And Lucian goes, I forgot how much being in one piece is an important thing for you humans. And Kirk looks like a horrible fucking mist captain. And then he puts them back together. And so this whole episode now, Lucian is actually holding them all together with his magic.
Yeah.
And so this is where I believe we find out that this is not... he refers to being in one piece as not natural because he's particles or whatever. And then Spock is like, I get it. And Bones is like, well, you're not natural either, Spock, you fucking robot. You fucking robot, Spock. Yeah, and then Kirk gets whipped around by a tornado. And what's the deal with this little kid? Then there's a little child version of the satyr.
It was really trippy because Kirk was like, why the hell am I even here? Why are we here? And Lucian does this whole trippy thing where he flips him upside down, and then there's a little kid, and he's like, children will play.
And the kid's got a top, and that's what caused the...
And then they teleport to another place, and he's like, here, I've adjusted this place to your eyes. And I was like, what was the place supposed to look like? I'm so confused.
Remember when Kirk looked like a painting in water?
What is that called? No, it's melting like a Salvador Dali painting.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like.
With his fingers all like... fucking melting and shit. And also giving a little Junji Ito, a little ghost.
Oh yeah, that Junji Ito vibe.
It was creepy though.
I think they really
unhinged.
I think I don't know if anybody has pointed this out, but I think they kind of cheaped out on the animation on this in the Junji Ito show. Episode 3. I feel like I haven't even watched them, but I just got this vibe that episode 3, because that's all I ever heard. But so this is Megas-tu. He says, I'm using my magic to make this place so that you can experience it. Look around. It's like a futuristic city. A world, Captain James Kirk, that operates by rules quite different from those of your universe. Where you have science, we have magic. And that's basically it.
Yeah. And he's like...
superstitiously called magic.
They just go, we can think and do whatever we need or want. And I don't know. It's just really strange to have this crazy juxtaposition of like fantasy with the science of you being out in outer space. Mm-hmm. We did the medieval thing, right?
They've done all kinds of. They've ran into all kinds of medieval shit.
The Squire guy, right?
The Squire guy, yeah.
And then I guess this is as much fantasy as they've gotten, like meeting actual wizards and stuff.
Yeah, these guys all have big Squire of Gothos vibes.
Yeah,
they're making shit out of nothing.
But this is more of like. Again, center of the universe. That's so weird.
And
it's a funny, like, again, juxtaposition of like the center of Gene Roddenberry's Star Trek universe is a bunch of magicians,
right? Because it's backwards, because it's pushed in on itself, so it reverses. And he gives them a tour. He gives them a tour, and he's like, if you need food, you go to a magic chef. If you need real estate or a house, you have a wizard make your castle. A wizard landlord. Why
don't you just point at your stomach and just be like full?
Right? I bet they do.
Yeah, right.
I bet some of them do.
I can't decide on what to eat.
He also explains that everybody everybody here has like a different kind of magic specialty that they have. And then
he kind of gives his cards away with doing that, you know?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because it's important that we point out that Lucian trusts humans implicitly. And that's going to become real important at the end, because Lucian loves humans from when he lived on Earth. We're going to find out that these Megans have been back on Earth throughout time, and that's what he's explaining now. Because he's like, "Oh, you never did get it, humans. You never did understand magic. You had to have science, but that's why I love you."
Yeah, and he goes, "My silly fellow human friends," and Kirk's like, "You keep calling us friends. That implying you know us.
Yeah.
How the hell do you know us?"
Yep.
And he just, the Lucian gets all offended, you know, that
He's like, "You don't remember me, motherfucker?" And then he uses magic in the water to show them the history of the Megas-tu.
There's a lot of exposition dumps here, you know, in this episode to explain what these magicians are.
Yeah, you'd think they were setting up a series about Megas-tu. There are no rivals in our universe, no other life forms at all, and they don't even have rivals with each other because they all have a different specialty of magic. And they spell it Megans in the, it's like, "We Megans." So they land on Earth, and then they end up being used by Earth. They want to kind of shepherd humans to not fuck up, but then they end up just getting used by humans. The Egyptians probably used them to make the pyramids. And
or Merlin.
Yeah, Merlin. And George Washington probably used a fucking wizard, a Megan, to cross the goddamn Delaware. And then the Lucian's thing is he's a generalist. Everybody else is specialists, but Lucian, he could do a little bit of everything. He's got his finger in all the pies. And so they didn't trust him. And he was friends with humans, and the Megans hated humans because, as we find out, they killed them all at the witch trials.
Yeah, it's a really interesting way, though, that they reveal that with their punishment here.
Well, yeah,
but we don't know that yet as the audience.
Yeah, so Lucian goes, so Kirk goes, "But, well, if you loved humans so much, what are you doing here?"
Yes.
And he says, "That's why I've always liked you Earthlings so much. You get right to the point. You're so curious." And then we find out, oops, somebody's coming. They've got to go. So then he zaps them back to the Enterprise. And now, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, Scotty's like, "What the hell happened? Where were you guys? Are you all right?" Kirk's like, "I'm fine. I'm just fucking confused."
Oh,
what are we looking at here?
That's the peeled watermelon.
And they're like, "Oh, it's a peeled watermelon planet."
Yeah, or a ribeye steak planet. So something I want to mention that James Doohan plays Lucian.
Oh, really?
He's so good.
Damn, dude. He's like
a guest star. He's a guest star in half of them, as well as doing his normal Scotty stuff.
I can stay for another half hour.
Yeah, no, you need a dude. You need a devil. You need a satyr to sound like this. Oh, Kirk, it's a little Santa Claus, a little Lucifer. And so he beams them back up because people are looking for him. Yeah. And then Spock says, "So here's the thing. Why is Lucian hiding us? For one, what are we in danger? And also, we should learn how to do this magic." He goes, "Weapon status," and of course, they ain't got no weapons. Scotty says they ain't got no weapons. They look magic. We don't know what to do.
Yeah, and also, though, the fact that they kind of still want to keep control of... they still want to keep control of what's going on, too. So it's kind of suspicious that Lucian didn't fix the weapons either.
Well, because I feel like, yeah, I
maybe
think
they don't know how to use it, but also maybe he didn't fix it entirely as well.
Spoiler alert, this is all a test, as Lucian reveals at the end. So he probably didn't want them to have their weapons working because they would just use them or whatever. So he's right. And then the reason I made that horrible sound off mic here was I saw Spock
hard cuts the
Spock drawing a fucking pentagram, a 5-cornered star with the outline around it, and he's like, "I believe this is how the ancients used to draw their mystic symbols, Captain." Spock, do you honestly believe that as long as we're in this universe, we can work magic too? And he says, "That's yeah." I mean, he's basically Spock is clinging on to logic. He's like, well, logically, Yeah. And then he says, I'm going to attempt to move the Vulcan chess piece with my mind.
I like that quote, though, that he says where it's like, one must use his resources around them, Captain.
Hell yeah,
and
dog.
It's like, hey, yeah, you're right. It's like, you know, if you're in a mafia world, you got to be the mafioso.
Yup.
And if you're going to be in a cowboy world, you got to be a cowboy.
And if you're going to go back to a primitive world where Native Americans or indigenous people were kidnapped by aliens and placed on a planet, you got to get bonked on the head and marry a lady.
Yeah, you got to spend at least a couple months there.
Yep. And then Spock, using the power of belief.
And he's the universe.
And he's got his little fingertips pointed straight out, and they're flashing, and then he starts flashing, and he moves the chess piece. And the smile on Kirk's face is totally something that they would use on C-Lab 2021. Like that look on his face, like it would go from serious face to smiling face, like somebody holds up their drugs or something.
It's so creepy, though. Unsettling how like the eyes and the nose don't move at all.
Every space shot, yeah, it's terrifying. Every space shot looks awesome of the Enterprise.
The planet's pretty dope.
Oh, and we also have to talk about the fact that Sulu does magic. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think Sulu would make if he has magic? A beautiful lady.
Yeah, of course. It's just immediately to the lust that
he goes to
literally warned him about.
He's going to grab her tit. Did you see that
Yeah.
show? Look at that. So this is a show for children. There's a beautiful woman that he manufactures out of nowhere, and he's going to grab her tit.
And Uhura's like, good luck.
Uhura says, good luck. Like, are they going to watch him fool around with this magic lady that he created? That's disgusting.
Nasty, yeah.
And then when the lady magically turns into Lucian and he's all mad, it's like you can see the boner retracting into Sulu's body.
Sulu's like, oh my God.
Oh my God, I'm not hard at all anymore. And so they're learning to protect themselves. And he goes, protect yourselves. Is that all you humans ever think about?
The way Lucian's standing is that he has like his fist or his hands in the fist, and it's like pressed against his hips, and his chest is popped out, so it looks like he's always flexing his pecs just because the way they're drawn.
Right?
It's so absurd.
He's got a wild
like he doesn't
trunk.
know how to stand.
He's got a wild trunk.
I just can't get over it. It's so silly.
I know.
It's just so distracting.
I'm getting that vibe. So this is important because Lucian says, you humans only worry about protecting yourself. You don't have to protect yourself. Your friend Lucian is here. I can protect you forever. I'm Lucian. And he goes, besides, if you use magic, you will be found. And then off camera you hear, they have been found. I fucking love it, dude. I love it when a character's like, we're going to be found out, and then somebody else goes, you have been found out, and then we get one of the best shots in this fucking series so far.
Yeah, seriously.
The spirits of all the Megans, I mean, they look like tattoos. Like they look like the ghosts of like badass, like that guy looks like a greaser kind of, and then there's like a dragon bird.
It's like a green alien and a skull, and then bugs,
blue
and
aliens,
monsters, and
it's
just snouts and noses.
It's an amazing effect. Look at that shit. They look like
it's just
ghouls.
a sheet of nonsense and nutty stuff that they just ran across the screen and did that wavy motion. But also I feel like back then, I guess animators could still scare people. I guess nowadays there's new movies finally coming out that like are a little more scarier animated wise.
Yeah.
But that's fucking terrifying for
that
a
was pretty
Saturday
spooky
morning
for Saturday morning cartoon. It was definitely like Scooby-Doo Plus.
No, it was giving to also though, what is it? This shot was crazy too. I audibly screamed at that next part. But it reminded me of the Chernobog calling on the demons in what is that movie called? Fantasia.
No idea. Okay.
It's like the last like skit or whatever. And he calls like on these demons and ghosts, and like all these ghosts like float up, and they're all like waving on this weird eerie sheet. Yeah, it's just these weird schools and faces kind of melting and like spreading across, just like we saw there. Yeah, but then the ship goes crazy.
Yeah, so the ship then gets it's getting sucked towards the planet. The alarm is blaring. The explosions are happening. All the space fireworks.
Yeah, and the music.
There's a guy laying in the hallway.
He's like, I fell.
And then the Enterprise fucking splits in two. It glows, splits in two, fucking explodes. That's it. It's gone.
I was like, whoa, the show just ended? It felt like a season finale, you know?
Fade to what looks like
Salem,
Massachusetts, around 1692.
And then, no, what a twist.
Oh, there it is. Salem, Mass.
They were the magicians the whole time.
They're the wizards. They're the witches.
If it wasn't as obvious, it's very obvious now.
Yeah, so basically...
This form of punishment, especially.
And it's funny because Kirk is like, it looks like ancient Earth, Spock. 16th or 17th century, I'd guess. And Spock is like, it's fucking 1692.
I don't know if I read the books right.
Yeah,
maybe give or take a year.
He's like, it's approximately 1691, Captain. Salem, Massachusetts, if I recall your historical records correctly.
Jeez.
And it's all the Enterprise crew. Oh my God, dude. Did you see that?
No, go back.
Look at Eric's.
Yeah.
So Eric's, this is just the most delightful thing I've seen. This episode rips. He's got a third thing for the stocks. He has a third hand in the stocks.
They're magicians.
Yeah. So
they got to cover their bases.
Yeah, the Megans then have all of the Enterprise in the stocks, and fucking Lieutenant Eric's has all three hands through. God. What attention to detail. I love it.
That's funny.
And he's basically, this guy Asmodeus, he's playing the judge. And he's like, listen, you're the judges, all the Megans standing around. And these are the defendants. They are the representative of the vilest species in all of the universe with their human treachery. And those who would aid them. Lucian, we're looking at you.
Boo humans.
Boo. And then he's like, Asmodeus goes, hasn't Lucian told you, motherfuckers? Huh? Hasn't he told you what you did?
And he's been to Earth before.
Yeah, didn't he tell you? And he says, Lucian said you came as helpful wizards and wise men. And then he goes, then hear this, know that once upon your world I was known as Modius, who sees all. That's different in Diablo 3. Asmodeus is a terrible boss to fight.
Oh, okay.
And then Asmodeus's eyes turn black, which is terrifying. And he says, gaze into my countenance and you will see. And this is where he tells the story I told earlier, right? So they come to Earth in peace, and then they're called devils, warlocks. Oh, so they help Earthlings at first.
Yeah, but then they got X-Men.
Well, yeah, exactly. They got X-Men. They were like the Eternals. Mm-hmm. They said, hey, you guys are actually fucking assholes. It's probably like, I bet this is how this happened. They all worked harmoniously together, and then one human was like, hey, we should trade things for money. And the gods were like, no, you don't have to do that. And then they're like, they're evil, get them out of here, they don't want capitalism, they are wizards. And then the few remainders that were left after men chased them away or killed them, they go to Salem, and then
Sabrina.
Yep, just like Sabrina. So they go to Salem, and then they get burned as witches. Again,
insane.
Children's show, Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah, right. Just to remind them of the Salem witch trials, and the horrors of that.
Yeah, and so basically, as we've seen so many times, humankind is on trial again. It's a classic Star Trek trope, and basically Lucian is arguing for the Earthlings, and Asmodeus is saying, should we not fear the Earthlings? Should we not fear the cruelty of outsiders? Because they're worried, because nobody's ever found the center of the galaxy before.
Exactly. He goes, never again have we explored. And he's like, for Christ's sakes, we're in the center of the galaxy.
Yeah, and they said, never again
look for us.
Never again has companionship been sought, and yet here you are. And that's when Lucian says, if one Earth ship can find us, others can. And that's what they fear.
You don't want to be awake. They want you to stay asleep.
Right? And then Spock says, look, I can defend the humans because I'm not a human.
Dude, this is when it gets into like the nice nitty gritty of the Star Trek of like, yum, yum, yum. This could have been live action, This could have been perfect for an episode.
Yeah,
because it's like now we have Spock negotiating basically the Enterprise's lives here. And he goes, hey, I'm going to speak for the crew of the Enterprise, and I'm going to, be a lawyer and run trial real quick.
Doing the lawyer, yep.
And I just love this law scene because he immediately calls Lucian to the stand, and he goes, hey, you like humans. Why? And Lucian goes, they are like me. And this is like one of my favorite lines too. I mean, ironically coming from Lucian. But he goes, all these fucking magicians are so cocky and into themselves, and they live alone and build things alone. But
do their own specialties. Yeah.
Humans are all together. They always share, and they're always like doing shit together, and that's cool.
That's basically it.
And I
He's
was like, oh, nice.
Every Megan is always alone in their own sphere of knowledge. Humans are always together. They share. That is why I adopted your ship when it was arrived.
Spock's like, wait, but what about the weapons?
Right?
Dun, dun, dun. Objection.
Yeah, we don't have any weapons. We didn't. And now Kirk's got to speak for humans. And this is when they go, Spock says, so, James T. Kirk,
yes.
would you say that humankind has improved since the Salem witch trials? And it's so fucking funny because he knows they can't say shit is fine.
Of course.
Would you say humans have changed since Salem? And Shatner's delivery of this is so great. He goes, I think we've been trying to, Spock. It's such a well-considered, he's like, humans have their faults, greed, envy, panicky fear. I love panicky fear.
Yeah, I was like, fear,
it's like people holding their hands
panic?
over their head going, humans, that's such a human thing.
Maybe it sounds like an edit,
Yep, and then he says we try to understand other races and shit. And then he tells the Megans, hey, you can just look at our ship's records. Look at General Order Number 1. We're never going to fuck with any normal development of another alien life or society. Like, humans are good now.
Yeah, and compare our knowledge to the one for, the ones that you once knew. And in fact, all of our records are just going to be open for you guys to read and look at, And
then Asmodeus holds his hands up. Mm-hmm. And then all of the records of history, which is like film reels and all this stuff, whirls around everybody in a tornado.
Of how they knew how to record it back then.
And then that's it. So they now have everybody in the Megan jury has the history of humanity on their side.
And they're like, who is this O.J. Simpson fellow?
Right.
They're like, who is this Rodney King person?
Hitler.
He seemed like a pretty fucking terrible guy.
And here's the twist.
And he's like, there's some discrimination here too. And they're like, you know what? Don't read into that too much.
Yeah, skip that part.
Let's move
on. Look at that part.
Like I said, we're trying. Trying to.
Well, Spock, I'd say we've been trying pretty hard. There was eugenics wars. So this is where shit gets...
That's right.
There was eugenics wars. This is where shit gets very cool, though. Because what happens here is Asmodeus says, all right, we've conferred. It turns out, you guys obviously were just here by accident. So we're going to let you go. We're not going to punish you, but I'll tell you what, we're going to punish the fuck out of Lucian. We're gonna fucking we're gonna put him in a hole for eternity, and he's never gonna be around another person. Yeah, and then what?
Oh God,
what
it's
happens?
So sweet. Kirk is like, no. Putting him in isolation is the same as putting him to death. He just talked about how he wanted to share all these moments with people.
Yep, and then Asmodeus goes, do you realize who you defend? Basically implying that he's fucking Lucifer. He's like, he's told you his name is Lucian, but you defend him still if you knew him by another name. He is the rollicker, the tempter, Lucifer. And it's like, you're just making him cooler.
Yeah.
And then he goes, we're not interested in any legends. He's a living being and he loves us, and that's all we know about him, and we're not going to let you harm him.
Oh God. And I audibly screamed at the television when that happened, because I was like, you were just preaching there was only one God during Who Mourns for Adonis.
Yeah, they don't, the animators are less
like,
into God.
What? Nah, yeah, fuck this. They've seen so much fucked up shit. They're in the center of the universe at this point. And yeah, we get a little action here.
So Asmodeus shoots a ball of magic at Kirk, who deftly dodges.
It's like
some weird editing. Submit, Captain. You haven't the power to fight us. And he goes, Spock goes, Captain, use the magic you know. Believe. And this is great. So Kirk puts his arms up in a Superman pose, and then he puts his fists out, and he's surrounded by several layers of aura.
A Rastafarian themed aura.
It is. It's yellow, red, and green. Wow. wow. And then he just shoots lightning. This sequence fucking rips.
Oh, it's crazy.
So this is a magic fight between Kirk and Lucian. And let's walk through it.
Just go fucking nuts.
So Lucian, so Kirk uses his magic and he shoots lightning bolts at Lucian. Lucian deflects him with a beam. Lucian then shoots fire at Kirk. Kirk rains down on the fire with rain. Lucian then uses the rain turns the fire to steam. Kirk then shoots fucking plant thorns around Lucian. And then there you go. Kirk's got a rainbow behind him and he's being blown away and he's very off model. That doesn't look like Kirk at all.
No, but also though is what's his name? Asmodeus. Asmodeus is like, you cannot beat an entire planet, Kirk. And it was really cool though, going back and forth really quickly in between those elements, like seeing an actual wizard fight.
Yes,
because it's like they can just bend time and space. They're wizards.
They just do whatever, dog.
Exactly. I've always wanted to see something crazy like that, you know.
And this is where Kirk lays it down and says, "You're acting out of terror instead of out of thought. You're doing everything that you accused humans of doing. You fucking hypocrites."
Yeah, you're freaking out. And yeah, are you not putting us on trial just as we have? Like, you're acting out of fear, not respect.
You're doing the same thing we did. And that's when we find out this was all a ruse. Because Asmodeus and Lucian and Spock and Kirk are transported to a special plane of existence where you kind of see people in the background, but you couldn't from afar. And basically, this was all a test. Asmodeus said, Lucian wanted us to meet you, and we were worried. We have been tricked before, much to our pain and sorrow, so we wanted to test you and make sure that you're not going to be dicks like you were back in the day.
Yeah, and they just strung out this whole story about like Lucian being captured and stuff, and them wanting to save him, just so they can see the full merit of their character, I guess.
And basically, Asmodeus just says, "Hey, now that we know you're cool, if any other humans ever come to the center of the galaxy, we won't banish them. We'll help them." And then Lucian snaps his fingers and cups appear in their hands and he goes, "And now we will drink a toast to new friendship." And they're all drinking, and then you see the watermelon planet, and then you see the Enterprise. They're on the bridge. All systems go. No magic for us. It's all back there in the center of the universe, Jim.
Bones is like, God, thank God, no more magic.
I love this. Bones says, "You think Lucian really was the demon some men call Lucifer?" And Kirk says, "Does it really matter, Bones?" And then Spock says, "It might, Captain. If he was, this would be the second time Lucifer was cast out, and thanks to you, the first time he was saved."
Yeah, that is such a good callback or finish line.
I love it. Yeah, and he's basically, I think it's funny when he's like, "Actually, it might, because what if he really is Lucifer? And he's gonna come back and kill us all." But that is the Megans or the
Magicks of Megas-tu.
The Magicks of Megas-tu. What did you think, Al?
This was a very pleasant surprise.
I liked it.
I mean, I thought at first it was just going to be this
Mourns
cheesy,
for Adonis. You thought it was going to be the shit you don't like.
Yeah, of course. But then as soon as, like, by the time we get to the mage fight, it's just nuts.
Oh, I totally forgot about the mage fight until we got to
awesome.
it. And I've watched it like 3 times. I love it.
And then the other scene that was pretty clever, though, was the Spock lawyer scene where he was like, "Hey, I'm going to represent the Enterprise real quick.
I love it.
Let me just put these people on the stand and figure this out."
Into it.
And this was a very gritty episode considering it's for kids.
Yeah, I love it.
Like, that's what's so exciting about it, you know, the animation, the magic, and the inverse. It's like an inverse universe, right? Where they go backwards, but instead it's magic.
Instead it's magic.
Going backwards.
And then it goes through time because it's the center of the universe.
Yeah.
I think that it's cool that the dude was a satyr. Satyrs are cool. I like that. I'd forgotten how much bodily integrity means to you humans. They say, I like the idea that no rivals. The Megans are just contemplated, like they pass through other dimensions, and they helped Earth's people. It's kind of like mutants, like the apocalypse and all that. At one point, Lucian says, "Those those were the days. And I love it. And then Spock draws a pentagram. I love that.
Oh, that part was hilarious.
The idea of belief in magic. It was hilarious that Sulu immediately makes a hot lady and tries to grab her boob out of magic.
And then, Uhura saying good luck. I didn't even realize that's what that was for.
Yeah,
what was
right?
that towards?
She wanted them to, good luck, I hope you bust. And then, the hilarious cloud of ghouls.
Well, and that's what exactly the magic people, what's his name, accused them of. It was like, you're only just going to, as Asmodeus, he was like, you're only just going to go after your nut and go after money. And that's immediately what Sulu did.
Yeah, exactly. Sulu was very human, yes. And then him
I
saying,
should have cut the Scotty making, like, what is that called? The, what is that material they need for the engines and all
dilithium.
that? Trilithium.
I'm making all the dilithium to bring back.
Yes. Stop it, Scotty. Jesus
we don't
Christ.
need it, Scotty. We're running on magic for right now. Yeah, so that was the Magicks of Megas-tu, another good episode. Which brings us to our final segment.
Oh yes.
Captain, Adam and Al are recommending things. I repeat, Adam and Al are recommending things.
What do you got for us this week, Al?
I think I mentioned it before, but now that the show is out, it's 4 or 5 episodes deep. I think actually it's 5 episodes deep. Common Side Effects.
That's Mike Judge, and
yes.
It's on is it on HBO Max?
Yes, it's on HBO Max. They premiere Sunday night. They come out Monday morning, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds
because
right.
It's on Adult Swim, and it's a very exciting show. It's a really good take on yes, half of it is leaning on the whole whoa, mushrooms, crazy. But then the other half is the healthcare industry being bad and that being the main villain and the whole crux of it. Seeing how this whole medicine comes out and all this development here for the cure, I guess, to the end all be all. But that's all I'm going to say about it. I don't want to spoil too much here. And also, I guess what other music has come out? Boys Noise kind of made this whole, what's it called, compilation of music that was pretty good with a bunch of other musicians on there. Dang, I totally forgot what it was called. But, it's called Boys. It was the musicians called Boys Noise.
Boys Noise.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, I was saying Common Side Effects and, that Boys Noise album.
Excellent.
I'll look up the name real quick, but go ahead.
I am loving the new episodes of The Great North, which I think maybe I recommended years ago, but I really like it. It's the show by the Molyneux sisters, who are the people they've worked on. They've worked on Bob's Burgers, and the show's great. It's about people in Alaska. Usually I'm not a big folksy, small towny kind of thing, but I relate to a lot of it being from Minnesota and shit. So I like it. So if you're not watching The Great North yet, there's 5 very wholesome, delightful seasons of it. And if you like Bob's Burgers, you'll definitely like that.
Oh, okay. Word.
All right. Well, next.
I found the name actually.
Lay it on me.
It's Boys Noise presents Ones and Zeros.
Boys Noise presents Ones and Zeros.
It's like acid house tech music, club stuff.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly
Euro
what that
club,
is.
Just
Oh, yeah. Now I know.
cool stuff.
Well, there you go. So this that was a good episode. I like talking about the Magicks of Megas-tu.
Magicks of Megas.
And next week, next week we will be back to discuss Once Upon a Planet.
Did we see that one now? Which one's
we haven't
one
done
of our
Once Upon
planets is
missing. Yeah, this is
my gosh.
Once Upon a Planet. So thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
Do all the stuff in the bumper. Have a good one. Bye.
Peace.
Trek in the Valley is executive produced by Adam Ordal-Cornell and Al Hirt. Theme song by Al Hirt. Recorded by Adam, mixed and edited by Al. Check the show notes for our socials, and you can email the pod at trekinthevalley, all one word, @gmail.com. Like, subscribe, review, and always explore strange new fucking world.